Are you busy?
Nope, you come right sit next to me, you tell me everything you need to tell me.
I got two things. One that is above my pay grade. I'll just make you aware of it. And then the other, I am command shopping because I don't think other people will reach it with the same level of care. So the first one, most important
Fabulous.
thing. Senator shot pred for telling him to.
What I just wanna leave.
91319.
I just
Was made
wanna
aware of this by
leave.
3 different people, to which
I just walked
I
in the
responded with,
door.
well, the legislation says the senator is the end all be all
I just
everything.
wanna-
So he could shoot someone and anywhere and get away with it. But I documented it anyway and letting you aware of that.
I'm okay. I'm alright. This is fine.
There's also there's also the M4 casings. There's also FN57 casing. I don't know if someone else shot with him, but that's there. Any thoughts on that?
I have a lot of thoughts right now in my head.
Well,
And the forefront thought right now is that I just want to go home. Anyway, what's the next thing?
next thing is I'm feeling very overwhelmed, and I don't know how much more of this I can take. I don't know if I can chew it.
Oh, you are. Is that, yeah?
It's one
really?
thing of like,
Really, Harvey? You're overwhelmed?
I just feel like I cannot go through. We're not going to be in normal times, and I feel it's going to probably kill a lot of morale. Is that a lot of people who just want to come on duty and do their silly little traffic stops and go to their silly little shootout at 7 p.m. and do the silly little bank jobs have to deal with a bunch of people constantly going up to them, honking their horn really loudly and saying, "Investigate the corruption," or having people ask them, "Which side of this do you think it was right that this happened? This, do you think that X, Y, and Z?" And it's a lot of politics, and there's no avoiding it. There's nothing you can do. You can't, go north and do phishing checks. You're either on one side or you're on the other side, and there's no opting out of whatever the fuck's going on. And it's a lot, and I don't know how much more I can chew of it. And I don't think it's gonna. I don't think there's an end to this. I think we're just gonna lose more people. More people are gonna get either fed up, quit out of support, or quit against, or get fired for doing stupid shit or saying the wrong thing or going somewhere in good faith. And we're just gonna have less and less numbers. And because of the way our politics work, and that the Senate is the end all be all everything, and that it's like I said, you can voice your opinion, but none of it matters because at the end of the day, we do live in a end all be all. The Senate says everything. I don't think there's an end to this. I don't think this ends. I think we're just going to get more and more cops are going to be fed up. We have every day. I've had to ask for suspensions for 2 officers today because they had some sort of PTS related attack where they opened fired on people, or one took too many of painkillers or what have you. It's just going to get worse and worse. People are going to start dropping for a myriad of reasons, either the ones I said, or getting quit or fired. And I do not see this ending ever. I feel like everyone's going to always blame the commissioner's office, blame Brian, blame Senator, and they're not going to be satisfied even if all 3 of those people decided to just step down. It's going to be constant conflict and constant unrest, and it's a lot. And I'm sure it's a lot for you being in high command as well. But from a ground like patrol officer standpoint, not even like an MCU standpoint, not even like a corporal standpoint, just a regular patrol standpoint. There's a lot of people who just want to do their fucking job. Excuse my French.
Which category do you think you fit into? You here just to do your job?
I'm a little mixed, right? I'm about to be awake for a very long time because there is the threats of a gun drop in prison, and I want to be proactive with that. And I'm really interested in checking on that. What I'm not interested in is while I'm doing this, I'll give you a good example. There was a DOC who died today. He was stabbed by an inmate, murdered. He's gone
I'm
forever.
sorry.
And instead of being in there dealing with that, I had to deal with two people on the outside watching from the garage, shouting through a megaphone, talking about corrupt this, corrupt that, and then getting in their car and honking their horn really loudly. There are people who they just want to make a bunch of noise and shout and say that the government is corrupt, and that's their only contribution to society is noise pollution. And it's a lot more. It's like we have our normal patrol, but with extra annoyance. So where I stand, I do want to do my job. I want to be able to patrol. I want to be able to do the detective stuff that I do. Look into this smuggling stuff that's happening. It's interesting to me. As far as did we do it right? Did we do this, that? Should we have done that? Should Walter have did this? I think that people need to sort it out, figure out what was right, what wasn't, and then get over it and move on or learn from it or punish someone or give them suspension. Like I said, even if all three of those people were like fired, I still think people would still be in the streets doing the same thing because there's people in the prison for like 30 years. And I don't think it will stop even after that. I think they'll just continue to shoot cops and do things because Senate bad or Axel bad or Brian bad. I don't even know. I don't know if you noticed. A lot of people, some people have noticed. I'm not even wearing my detective vest. I feel like I'm on target with it on. I don't have strong feelings one way or the other. I think stuff happened. I think it's above my pay grade. I was kind of left out of the conversations in the first place. And I think it's happened. We can move on from it. We can learn the lessons. We can punish people if they did something really bad or egregious. But there needs to be a resolution sometime soon because I don't see it ending, especially with the way that leadership works, where it's easy to say, "Oh, we'll just elect new ones," but that doesn't work like that. Not here, not in this state. Did that answer your question, or is it just more questions to be asked?
Oh no, I don't have any questions. Harvey, I don't have a solution for you right now, aside from asking you to be patient. There is some stuff that I'm hopeful will be coming out within the next couple of days. Hopefully tomorrow. That might help resolve some of the people who think that we shouldn't have done what we did and this, that, and another.
Well,
with reference to what has been going on, the rumors and everything. It's not as simple as just deciding what to do. Okay? And honestly, I'm not really sure what you think I've been doing for the last 4 days, but it's been nonstop. I have been in meeting upon meeting, phone call upon phone call, trying to get to the bottom of a situation I wasn't present for. There are a lot of people involved, a lot of stuff that needs to be considered, and honestly, not a whole lot of evidence. So everything hinges on witness testimony. That sometimes takes time to get. So I need you to be patient for me. I'm sorry that you're dealing with that. But I am handling it, and I'm trying to do what I can. I can't tell people how to act out in public. I can't change the public opinion of the police department. The only thing that we can do is put out some kind of press release, which is in the works. If you could keep that on the download for right now, I don't know when that's coming out. All right?
I'm gonna keep it on the down low because I am of the opinion, and I don't think other people are of this opinion, that there's nothing I or any other officer can say to anyone that has a question that is gonna make them happy. I could say, "Oh yeah, I agree with you. This was bullshit," and they'll be like, "Yeah," and they'll still be angry. Or I could say, "No, you're wrong. Nope, nope, wrong, wrong," and they'll still be angry. There's nothing anyone can say that is gonna quell people. And I don't want you to think I'm being impatient or telling you that
So what do you
it,
expect me to do about that then?
that's what I'm getting at. I'm not expecting anyone to fix it. I'm just saying I don't know if this can be fixed, and I don't know how much more I can take. And I'm just want you to know in advance if I decide to take some time off, which I don't want to do. It's I feel like in most situations these things happen. People just go patrol somewhere else other than that area at any given time. Go somewhere else. But I feel like this whole situation is involving every single person, and there is no elsewhere to go. That's the overwhelming part.
Okay. If you need to take time off, I will not fault you for that. And I'd rather, you feel like you don't need it to come to that, but if that's where you are trending, I will not stop you, nor will I try to intervene with that, because I think that it's healthy. If you are feeling this way, that you need to take a break. So don't feel like you have to stick it out because there's something that you need to prove or anything like that. If you need time off, you need time off, and that's okay. Let this blow over. If you're getting overwhelmed, then maybe do remove yourself, because if that's happening to you, then it's not healthy to subject yourself to that all day and all night and day in day out.
Yeah,
And
it's a solution for me, and I hope I'm not trying to I'm not trying to come up to you and test and saying you're the miracle worker. I'm just trying to show my thoughts and what I'm observing. That works for me, but then you have other people who maybe they look at all this and go, you know, the police are or our leaders are incompetent or whatever, then they quit and they're gone forever or whatever. All right. There's one thing of like I am looking at it reasonably, like, yeah, this will get solved, you know, one way or the other eventually, because well, I don't think it can be solved, or I don't think it can be solved without like an ultimatum. I do believe people will get bored over time. The war of attrition. You can only sit and honk your horn at a cop for so many hours until you're like, all right, I'm bored. And then you, I don't know, work at Shrugway or something. But I don't know. Some people might, just get fed up. And I'm looking out for my, deputies as well as my officers. And one of the biggest feedback I've gotten as far as what makes them want to be around in Shift 2 STSO is I just want to be able to, do my job, and for people to, let me do my job. And I don't know. Some people are a lot more doomy. I know they call me the doomer, but some people are a lot more doomy than me and a lot more jumped serious like this, the
Oh,
world is
I
over
know.
doomy. I'm doomy, but I understand that like in 3 weeks time, almost exactly on the dot, no one's gonna even think or remember this. As soon as those guys are out of prison, they're just gonna go back to, robbing banks or whatever. Or maybe they don't, or maybe they decide to try and form a militia and attack Polito Bay and take over Polito Bay, and they just continue to be treasonous. Who knows? Maybe it's just, we're on uncharted waters. I think this could just be a permanent thing, a new normal, but that's gonna have an effect on people. No one ever talks about the Lost War anymore, so I'm hoping that I'm wrong in thinking that.
You're preaching to the choir, Harvey.
Yeah. That was all I needed to talk to you about. The first one was like, I documented it because Bundy pre-pressured me into it, but I'm not taking on the Senate. And if he's shooting people for whatever reason, it is in the legislation. He can do that. I'll leave that to other people.
While we were talking, there was another 311 about somebody getting shot in the prison.
I need to make a police report. I saw a senator. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he was there. He
So,
was
yeah.
there as well. He was there because he broke in, but he got arrested for it. Well, I'm sure maybe the commissioner can fight that battle. Who knows?
Well,
Negative, but
all I ask is that you're patient and that you trust me, and I will do what I can. And if I fail you, I'm sorry.
I trust you, Tessa. I also trust Toretti, Owen, Stubble, Libby, Dark. I'm sure I'm forgetting one. Is that all of you, or is that I feel bad if I'm forgetting someone.
I don't know.
I trust all of Highkkuno.
It makes one of us.